So the crown center is above the head. It's above the head. I said earlier that each chakra had a gland that goes with it. The gland that goes with the crown chakra is the pineal gland. The pineal gland. The function of the pineal gland is the production of melatonin. It's sensitive to light and dark. The pineal gland helps to regulate the biorhythms of the body. I don't know where I got this from, but the strength of the immune system increases with increased melatonin production. If you have seizures, it's a decrease of melatonin production. Jet lag affects melatonin production. Our bodies technically do better with expansion than contraction with flying. Expansion than contraction. Meditation increases melatonin production. The crown center controls the third ventricle of the brain. The crown center controls the third ventricle of the brain. Wrong. The crown center controls the lateral ventricles of the brain. The crown center controls the lateral ventricles of the brain. The ajna controls the third ventricle of the brain. And the alta controls the fourth ventricle of the brain. So the crown controls the lateral ventricles of the brain. The ajna controls the third ventricle of the brain, and the alta controls the fourth ventricle of the brain. The ventricles of the brain make cerebral spinal fluid. Cerebral spinal fluid. So I have a little girl that I've been working with that has a diagnosis of brain cancer, and there was a time that the cancer situation spread to the cerebral spinal fluid. So I worked on the fourth ventricle of the brain, the third ventricle of the brain in the middle, and the lateral ventricles of the brain, and brought in higher spiritual energies to clear the cerebral spinal fluid. It's pretty high-level technique. So the crown chakra deals with the lateral ventricles of the brain. And there's two lateral ventricles, one on one side, one on the other. The crown chakra affects the function of the pineal, as I already said, the right eye, but not always, the main part of the brain. It's affected by the energy or the will of the soul. The energy or the will of the soul is the crown chakra, and again, it's also called the head chakra. It's connected to your direct knowing to source energy, your direct knowing to source energy. In other words, you know that you know that you know. You know that you know that you know. The crown chakra also speaks to separation from source energy, separation from source energy. In the times of the Inquisitions and religious persecution, the Holocaust, many people died in the name of the God of their understanding. So many people are now angry with the source. So you can cut yourself off from spiritual energy. You can do that. We have free will. Sometimes people who pray to the source for a certain outcome and it doesn't happen, they get really angry at source energy. And that's kind of my will versus thy will. Or they feel that they're getting punished because their prayers aren't being answered. A lot of times when you cut yourself off from spiritual energy, depression can result. Depression can result. The crown chakra is considered our spiritual will, whereas the basic chakra is our will to be in physical form. So the crown chakra is our spiritual will. The basic chakra is our physical will to be. According to the esoteric teachings, the pineal gland is active until age 2, until our will to be is anchored in the physical form, and that's when we have the terrible twos. People that's really important to happen. Then it becomes quiescent until the crown chakra begins to evolve, and then the pineal gland starts to function again. The pineal gland is fully functioning after the third initiation, and that is when you become a soul-infused person. A soul-infused person. The pineal and the pituitary gland link as the kundalini rises and the crown opens. The pineal gland and the pituitary work together just like the crown and the ajna work together. The crown being the soul and the ajna being called the coordinated personality. The coordinated personality. If you have migraines, and migraines are really popular, that's a crown chakra issue. And in the esoteric teachings, it would be there's a migraine point on the right-hand side of the head. So you would hold the crown chakra with the migraine point on the head with the right eye minor. And that helps. And that's usually imploded. And when you hold that point and expand it, it expands, and then you can help the person with the migraines. And
so what was the third one?
The crown chakra, the migraine point, and the right eye minor, all on the head. So the migraines are a crown chakra issue, and the migraines are about really paying attention to the soul, your soul. You can take the Flexerol if you want, which will help, but it's designed to get you to change your life and pay attention to your soul. It's your soul. The migraines are your soul knocking on your head. Pay attention, wake up. You're not paying attention to me. It's time to do something different. Hello. And the person's like going, no, I'm not doing that. So another example of just how some of the esoteric teachings weave into the physical body and the problems that we deal with today.